get ready to miss some. How you going? So, part 2, rc505. 5 people asked for this video, so here it comes. I would like to present myself as someone that has spent a lot of bloody time on Loopy. So if I can share stuff with you and I can save you time, I'm happy. Right, straight into it. So I'm going to add another effect called Kajita. It is a reverb delay, complex delay thing. There we go. Kajita. Is that all recording up there? Yeah, sure. Let's call that Kajita. This is what I was doing before and it crashed, so let's start the video again. I think I changed that the other day. So Kajita should now, which is just an epic reverb compared to this, which is a very nice reverb, but this sweeps around to the left and the right and does add different transients to music. I don't know if that's the right word, but anyway, so we've got that effect. Now what I want to do on that fourth effect, straight up, I'm going to call it voice to bass. Voice to bass. Now if you're a beatboxer, voice to bass, you should know what this is. If you don't, it converts your voice. It minus 12 octave, so it octaves down, and you can go doom doom doom, make it sound like a bass. It's pretty sick. So that I'm gonna delete these because this has to be not as an send effect. This is different, so I'm gonna put this on the input effect. And now there's a few ways to attain this, but I'm gonna just do it the easy way. It doesn't sound the best, but it's good enough. What's it called, Darren? What? A voice rack effects. Alright, so let's go into this and open that side bit, and we want to scroll down to, there's some cool stuff like megaphone. That's like handy, you can use that. But
deep voice is pretty good.
So that clearly does what you can hear it do. But it does this weird auto-tuney thing that I don't really like. Let's try deeper voice. That's kind of handy too, but it's too low an octave. Now, a better way to do this would be to use, in my opinion, and it just does sound better. It's called Tone Stack Pro. Now you see how that sounds a lot better. Let's do that again. Now how I made that is I don't know if you want to invest in this. I can't remember how much it is. I think it was kind of expensive because to get the octaver is what you need. So let's just do a quick comparison between, can I see that other one? So hear the difference, but you'll pay for it. You know, I can't remember how much it cost. And this is kind of, I have got a couple of things on it. Like I've got a Tube Dreamer. What's that? A tube preamp thing. Sorry if I'm calling that the wrong thing. I couldn't be bothered getting into it. And it's an amp simulator as well, so it's guaranteed a better signal out of it. And with the EQ, I've turned the high ends right down and just left the bass. So you can go either way you want. For this example, I am going to do what sounds better. Alright, yeah, so I'll use Tone Stack. Alright, so no, I won't leave that on, but I'll delete voice rack effects, and then I will quickly make that button here, voice to bass, access that. So press, let's just go toggle, I think. So we're going to go toggle and enable disable effects, target, tone stack pro, and toggle. So let's have a listen. So that's pretty easy. So you can in motion. That's peeking out a bit, it's a little bit too bassy, so let's fix that, because otherwise it's going to annoy me. Let's go to tone stack, turn on. So just turned the output down a bit. Now it's going to distort, because you've got to watch, I don't know how much you know about audio and what distortion even sounds like. It's a crappy sound that can be awesome in metal music, and if you do it right, but in this case it just sounds like speakers dying. So that's why I fixed that. Yep. Let's delete all that, because that's what I do. I always delete everything I do. I have nothing. I delete everything. So, what I might do, just for the fun of it, just to show you something cool, is let's go to Edit, Clip 2, and we'll go to Gestures. Follow Actions, and on Begin Record, we're going to go down to Widget and Trigger Widget, which we can trigger that button that we just made, which is pretty cool. Action Toggle, what we want to do is enable that on press. So what? Trigger. That's where it gets a bit tricky. You got to think about that. Is it on a press or? But it's a toggle button, so we're just going to have to test that. So that presses, or a more concise way to do this actually, is delete that. Always, if you think of another idea, always delete those entries, those follow action entries, because it can cause problems down the line. So on Begin Record, I'm actually going to go to Effect, Enable Disable Effect, just so I know it's definitely enabling on Start a Record. So that's what it's doing. Turning the bass on, enable null. What have we done? Let's go into that again. Tap to select. Tone Stack Pro. Enable. Yeah. Finish record. Okay. We want to go down to Effect Action, and I don't know why I'm talking like this. Tone Stack Pro, and we want to disable. Okay. So in practice, this is what you can do with this said awesomeness. Unedit that. Unedit. Get out of edit mode. Okay, so that is on that clip. Bishop, and I can just get started back into what I'm saying. I don't have to press that other button. Can you see what I did? Hey man, yeah, it's pretty cool. I know, it's pretty cool. But you don't have to have it like that, but it's just cool. So just, did you understand what I do there? Yeah, I can just get talking straight after I lay that down. It's pretty clever. Otherwise I would have to do it like, lay the beat, press that button, press record, press stop record, and press that button again. I saved myself 2 clicks. Which, on that note, is very important, because when you're playing music, your mathematical mind is running loopy, which, if you're too much in your mathematical mind, you can't perform. You can't produce the thunder. You know what I'm saying. So less clicks you have to do, less thinking you have to do, the better your music's gonna sound. Okay? Who's messaging me right now? So we just want to quickly go over and fix these track effects as well. We're going to add Kajita, that third one. Now, if that's going to be on our output effects, let's just have a see how we've done output effects over here. We've actually added having a special moment, definitely. Because it's confusing, man. You'll get confused and you just be like, what have I done? How am I going to fix that? So I've set these up as B. That's a separate one. So what I need to do, yes, is disable that. Delete that, sorry. And go to Kajita, Jahita, and do a separate one, so that'll call it B. Okay, I just know that's going to work. Let's go to all of those. B, and then that there has to go to, let's just quickly see how I've done the other ones. Toggle dub station 2, so it's just turning on and off. So it's not, it might have that tail actually, because Michael's done some clever stuff there, hasn't he? Yes. So toggle, we want to toggle effect, Kajita B, action toggle. Yep, so that should be like, so it's got the tail and everything, so that's kind of cool. Yep. Right, so that works. On that fourth one, I don't know what to put yet, so I'm just going to actually change that to know that I haven't done anything with that yet. It's toggle input send D, which it's probably not going to end up doing anything to do with that. So now what we want to do, kids, what I'm going to do is add a low pass effect. That's going to be handy. So let's just get all those, drag them up. If you got no room, hit that little button there, which adds another line up. Okay, so I'm going to go to my, yeah, that knob there, and I put that there. Now I'm going to just do one and then copy and paste all the others. So what I want to do is go to the mixer, and on each one of these I'm going to put a low pass. So low pass, and now you can't just hit that low pass A, it'll refer to the same one that you just added on that other track, so that's not going to work. So you gotta make sure you add it, and it says A, B, so the next one will obviously is B, C, then D, and then E. Okay, so I've got those low pass set. If you don't know what a low pass is, wait and I'll show you. We'll just get this set up right. So that knob there, on the value change to change the low pass. So it's an effect. So just effect parameter, and it's going to be a low pass, and I cut off. So what it does, okay, that's different to the volume, because if I was to turn the volume down, it just turns the tone, the whole tone down. This turns the volume down in a way where it's the bass is left in, because it's low pass. It's passing all the high end. Just a cool way to do transitions. So I want to change that. Sorry, I want to cut and paste that to all the other ones. So let's do that. Hold that down there. Copy, paste, and just do it 4 times. Okay, does it all look neat? Neat and tidy? It's got to be neat and tidy. Okay, so you're just going to change this to B. B, cut off. Tap outside of there, that's done. Go to that. C, cut off. Right, D. You'll get quicker at this. Especially if you have to do like 20 buttons. What, her D? Yeah, was that D? Cut off. And this is going to be E, cut off. Alright, so I don't need to test that, but just for your own little whatevers, I'll get a quick beat going. Yeah. You get the idea. Okay, cool. See that clear all button? That's very handy. But see how these like stayed on, and then I press clear all. You might not want to have to think. You might be talking to the audience, whatever. Still that delay on. Hang on a sec, I've got to turn that off. So you can just quickly. Everything I do is just quickly, right? So you want to add a function onto that, and you want to be able to. Okay. This is button management, I'm going to call it. I'll just explain it as I'm doing it. I'm going to create another button, put that wherever for now, and I'm going to call that all input. I just got all effects off. Now doing this sometimes makes life a lot easier when you're performing. But in the creation, like how long it takes a while to do this kind of stuff, but it's worthwhile in my opinion. So I'm going to fast forward through this after I explain what I'm doing. On press, I'm going to just actually manual. No, that's not what it's doing. It's not turning the effects off. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to do that again. Audio source, adjust parameter. And I'm going to input, and I'll go to parameter A. Now, see how it's going to take a while. This is going to take a while, so bear with me. I'll just do it, I'll just do it, and I'll keep on explaining, and then speed it up wherever I see fit. So send assign value back. Okay, so let's just check if that's working. If that's on, and then that's turning it off, right? So. Because we don't want to press that again and have that toggle or anything, right? So we want to add to that pretty much exactly what we did before. Audio source, just parameter. Sorry, input parameter B, assign value. Yeah, value 0. So that's what we want. Okay, let's go back and do that to C. So you'll get quicker, and it's worthwhile doing this kind of stuff. Okay, while I'm here, I'm just going to make that button also press all the track effects off, because that's just the way I like to, like if I end a song or something like that. I don't have to manually do anything. I just want it to be pretty much automatic when I press clear all, just one button. And I can MIDI assign that to a floor pedal as well, which I can show you how to do maybe some other time. That's not what I'm talking about today. It's all about building templates. Okay, so we want to add, and this is going to be effect, enable disable effect. And what was it? It was this should turn all the low passes to 0 as well, or to 100%. I'll explain that in a second. So what's this doing? It's obviously S is involving some research here, so I've got to figure out what my track it's like. I've got reverb B, so all those effects are B, and then low pass filters. Okay, sorry if you don't know what I'm talking about, it will make sense in a sec. Toggle null, if you accidentally toggle null, delete that. It's important. It's important to certain things how it's too hard to explain. Actually, I'm not even going to try. It's just good to clean up your stuff. Right, so we want to disable effect, which will be target B. So that'll be that one. And we want to disable that. Okay, so let's just quickly go to, everything's quickly in my world, isn't it? But it takes forever. Enable disable effect. B of the dub station variety. There it is there. And disable. So that's going to turn those effects. There's a third one. There's the low pass. But what we can probably do is add to that. Okay, so this will be an effect as well. But no, I can probably safely trigger widget on this one. So I want to target that first one and then go value 100%, which means there's no low pass at all. I don't know why I did the hand thing. Yep. And then you want to do that to all the other colors. Alright, so trigger widget, targets, second one, 100%, back, add, trigger widget, third one, 100%, back, add another one. You'll get quicker, trust me. Trigger widget. This is what, the fourth one? If you might make mistakes and you're going to have to check it and go problem solving. Trigger widget, trigger, and then that last one. And let's hope I got all that right. So let's test that. Save that. And we'll go that button there. There we go. Alright, so what I mean by that, okay, I'll just do a quick explanation. See that? I need to figure out what's going on with that, because that is not all of a sudden working. Why not? Kadita. See, it was off. That's better. That's, yeah, okay. Okay, so then you can just quickly go back, everything's deleted, all the track effects are off, you don't have to manually adjust everything later. Do you get what I mean? So what I generally do is then clear all. I want to actually trigger widget and trigger all effects off, just so it's all automatic. Okay, so what else can we do? Exciting. Okay. Now, just for me and how I do things, I find that the low pass filter is good enough as a volume fader for me. So I think those volume faders can delete. No, I'll keep them. I'll just make them a bit smaller, eh? So unfortunately, you can't just select them all and change the size. I wish that would happen, but it doesn't. How big to make them? How much extra room is that going to give me? Because this is something that is really cool. This is not on the rc505, but this is going to surpass the rc505. The reason why I said rc505 is because it's clickbait, and I just want clicks. No, just somewhere to start and then somewhere to progress, because Loopy Pro, you can just keep on progressing. If you think of something and you just create it, it's epic. So for the volume ones, what am I going to do? I'm going to leave them there because I want to create another whole 5 loops. And to make that easy, actually something very important is, see I've got all these effects down the bottom here? Yeah. If I don't want them there, I can just click on that little arrow thing and press that I button. So delete that, do that to that. Whoops, wrong button. Train Stack Pro. And it'll give you more real estate on the bottom. We don't need all of those low passes. Some of them you might want to bring back into this lower section, and you might wonder where the hell it is. You got to go finding it in the mixer, don't you? You got to find it there, right? So I am just going to delete them. We can always bring them back. I'm going to bring them up there, and I'm going to copy them. Copy, paste. Now, what I'm going to do now is add a button at the end, which will make it more like if anyone's used Ableton Live. So you just have to bear with me on this one. I'm just going to do it, and you'll figure out what I mean soon. Stay tuned. So that button there is on press. It is going to play stop, target specific clips. Dun, 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 dun. Now I just want it to play. I think I don't want it to play stop, so I can just go play, and then oops, I also want it to stop these other ones. Okay, now that may not make sense, or you may see where I'm going, and you want to go stop. Okay, so what we want to do is copy that, place that underneath, and then we want to do the opposite. We want to stop those and play those. That might have been confusing, but we'll have to see if that works. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, straight up, there's some weird stuff happening. See how I was tapping on that? I'm tapping on that, and it's triggering that one above. So we've got to figure out what the hell is going on. This has happened a few times, and it may happen to you too, and it's confusing. So I'm going to click on that, and it's doing to that one, and then you just be like, see, I thought I overread that. I said global clip settings, gestures, yeah, record a tap. So why? Couldn't do. Sometimes you'll get to these kind of problems and you'll just put your iPad away. because it can get pretty confusing, and you can reach out on sampling Discord, I think it is. There's a Loopy group who is very helpful, so if you run into any problems you can ask me and I can possibly help you, or you can ask that forum. I'm just gonna keep on trying stuff until it bloody works. Okay, so I had to go into each individual clip and change the gestures for that individual clip for it to record. And I don't know what's going on there. We're just going to have to quickly do that to all the others. See, that's not working. Gestures, record. Okay, finally. Pretty annoying, I know. So okay. So now I've got two sections of the song. You can have this as part A and part B. Now, which leads me on to the next thing. Do you understand what that means? So I'm going to lay that out a little bit more. So that second ding ding. Back to that. Not a good musical example, that's freaking awful. But it's more so what you can do with the part B and part B. So part A and part B. So let's just actually call that part A. And second one, call it part B. And now what I want to do too is quickly add another effect. And copy that other one, put it down there. And then we're going to go to Mixer. And I love Auto-Tune. It's a good vocal trainer. And if you're into pop music and stuff like that, it sounds like Popeye. Okay, so that should toggle Auto-Tune now. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so on Open Effect Interface. Yeah, that's what it is. So it's got to be on long press. And then I want to go to Auto-Tune. So now when I long press that, it opens Auto-Tune. So we can set our key. Alright, so it's going to clear all, just so, okay. Let's not get too distracted, Darren. Let's do the work and change that to Auto-Tune. And so that's all works now. Now, I just noticed then I pressed clear all and it didn't clear all the clips because we created more. So I'm going to quickly make sure that deletes all that. Alright, so clear all, and now if I go did that all wrong. I'm going to delete those bass lines because I just made up the melody in my head, but we don't know what key it's in. So let's hold that down and turn it off for now. Oh no, gotta turn it on. it's not going lower than that. That's interesting. It doesn't go lower than let's go to E minor. E, and then we can go lower. Na 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 na. Okay, so we're getting somewhere, and I've been doing this for too long. So I've got to the point where I've lost a bit of steam, so I think we've done enough work for now. Make sure that's all working. Yeah, that's all working. Have we finished everything we started? All effects off. Yep, so those work. Let's just fix those quick. They're not lined up. Yeah, not still. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video now, and I'm going to continue on part 3. I could end up with 10 parts, who knows. So if you like this content, please subscribe. It helps me out and gives me incentive to keep creating these videos. So yeah, do all that, little bell and stuff like that, and I'll see you on the next one.